In the heart of London, a chilling phone call echoed through Detective Elizabeth Parker's office. The voice on the other end was frantic, barely recognizable. "He's dead. And it's not an accident." The line went dead before she could respond. The only clue left behind a photo of a man lying lifeless in an alley, his eyes wide open, filled with terror. The victim was identified as Charles Ford, a wealthy businessman with ties to both London and New York. He had been in the UK for a business conference, but the question remained: who would want him dead? Detective Parker and her team combed through his last known contacts and found a shocking discovery: Ford was being blackmailed. But who was pulling the strings? A series of anonymous emails led Parker to a disturbing pattern. People with connections to Ford were disappearing, and not just in the UK, but also in the United States. This was bigger than a simple blackmail scheme. It was the beginning of a much darker conspiracy. Parker traveled to New York, where the investigation revealed more than she had hoped for. Ford's disappearance had been linked to a shadowy group operating in both countries, a group whose identity remained shrouded in secrecy. Detective Jacob Thompson from the NYPD had been investigating similar disappearances in the city, but each time he got close to the truth, someone new would go missing. The deeper Parker and Thompson dug, the more they realized this was no random act. Ford was just a pawn in a high-stakes game of manipulation, greed, and deception. As they followed the breadcrumbs, Parker and Thompson discovered a shocking twist: the key to unraveling the entire conspiracy lay in the hands of a silent witness, a young woman named Lily, who had been the victim's lover. She was the only one who had been with Ford in the moments before his death, but she was too afraid to speak up. Parker managed to convince Lily to cooperate, and through her testimony, they discovered a web of corrupt businessmen, politicians, and law enforcement agents working together. But the conspiracy was far-reaching. Lily had unwittingly been caught in their trap. She had been used to send a message, and now she was the next target. In a final confrontation at an abandoned warehouse in New York, Parker and Thompson cornered the mastermind, the true orchestrator of the entire scheme. The man, a former high-ranking official, confessed to everything. "You think you're solving this, but it's only the beginning," he said before being arrested. But the moment Parker thought she had won, the mystery deepened. A mysterious note was left on the mastermind's desk: "The game is still on." The detectives had solved one piece, but a greater danger loomed in the shadows, leaving the future uncertain. Subscribe for more real-life crime stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat.